Hello and welcome to Crafting with Mermaid Tears. Congratulations on receiving your July box. We are going to be making a candle holder and I'm excited to walk you through it. The next thing that you are going to do is decide where you want to put your candle holder. If you want it to be here, over to the side, over here. And once you have that kind of figured out, you're going to just leave it there. If you want, you can take a picture, but for now, just kind of leave it. And you're going to take your sea glass and your super glue. So you want to leave the cap on. Pardon me, I don't know why I took mine off. Leave the cap on and just push it into spot and twist it, and that opens up the sea glass or the super glue. So now with your super glue open, you're going to be really careful and you're going to look at your sea glass and decide which pieces you'd like on the bottom, and you are going to glue on one side just a really little bit, and then you're going to asphyxiate the other piece and just kind of hold it in place. And then you are going to do the same thing on the other side. And you really just need a little bit because it is super glue, and you're going to just hold it in place. Once you have those two pieces, you're going to decide which of your bigger pieces you'd like to have next, whether it's going to be which way it's going to be, if it's curved a little bit, which most bigger pieces are, if you want the curve up or if you want the curve facing down. We're building an Inukshuk, in case I didn't mention that. So now that I've got my piece and I figured out where I want to put it, we're going to put a little dowel on each side, and we are going to hold it down into place to let it set. And then we're going to put the next two pieces on in the middle. So again, just a little bloopy of your glue, put your piece on, a little bloopy of your glue, and then of course it's time to add the upper piece, and then your last two pieces. Once your pieces are glued together, you are going to come back over to your candle holder and decide where in relation to the candle you would like to place them. I'm going to place mine just here right behind where my candle would be. So I'm going to use my glue again, and I'm going to just open it up and glue these down into place. So now with my candle and my Inukshuk in place, I'm going to use the sand. You guys were given some in a little bag, and just place my sand, my Inukshuk there, and put my candle in, and there we have a beautiful little Inukshuk candle holder. For those of you who enjoyed that one and like to play with smaller things, I've also included another Inukshuk kit for you to move on to, and that is the video that I am going to be doing right now. So if you are not as adventurous, you have a few extra pieces of sea glass, and if you are, then you're going to want the little second kit that I gave you, and definitely a pair of tweezers, because you are working with super glue, crazy glue again, and so you do not want to glue your fingers. You want to make sure that you are using the tweezers to place your items. The first thing that I'm going to do is grab my little log here and look at my pieces and decide which ones I would like as my bottom pieces or as my top pieces. Alright, so I think I know which pieces I want to put where. So the first thing that I'm going to do is put a little bloop of the crazy glue where I want my feet to be. With my tweezers, I'm going to pick up my pieces, and I am going to set, and I'm going to put my next layer of feet. The next layer of feet, I'm going to move on to my body, I guess the hips or whatever you want to call them. Now I will move on to the torso, and then the next piece of my torso. If you want, you can only do one piece of the torso. It's totally up to you. Once those are set in place, you're going to move on to your arms, and then finally your head. You don't want to use too much of the crazy glue because it actually makes it harder for the items to stick. So you can see it's just a really little baby Inukshuk. I've also given you a sand dollar, and so I'm going to actually put my Inukshuk right here in the middle of the sand dollar. And then I've given you, if you didn't use them, some extra sea glass or extra little shells, and those you can use to decorate kind of around your little Inukshuk if you want, or you can certainly just leave them off, or maybe you want to use them on your first Inukshuk as just little extra pieces in the sand. That is totally up to you. I am going to just add my little shell here and otherwise probably leave this one. So there you have your bigger candle Inukshuk and your smaller baby Inukshuk. I hope that you have enjoyed July's box, and I look forward to seeing you again in August. And the August box, the theme is sound, and so hopefully that will give you a little bit of an idea as to what we're making. Have yourself an absolutely fabulous day.